Welcome to Say What with Waht and Chris. My name is Waht.
My name is Chris.
And welcome. Clink, clink, clink. Chris called it something. She has a title for what's happening.
Wind Down Wednesday. It's a national title. It is the day Wednesday in which we wind down and we whine. It's wine and wine. Why don't we just listen? Why don't we change the name of the show? No big deal. From Say What with Waht and Chris to Wine and Wine with Waht and Chris.
WH and then WI.
Wine and
WHINE and WHIN.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gabby, if you're in the room or you're watching.
Does she like it? I don't know.
We need new marketing. We need new stuff. I mean, we can totally change it. We just need to lock it down.
I kind of like that, but you can. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, what?
I kind of like it.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. I lock it. Hi, Amsterdam. Oh my God, there may be a humanitarian. Oh Jesus, is that heavy, Amsterdam? Is that a heavy thing? I'm not. Wow. Okay. All right. It's heavy. That's heavy. That's
Ram lamb. Listen, we
way
try,
too heavy.
but we can't do the best because we're not like the people to do it. You know,
like international as well as other cultures, as well as political and military. It's just like bam, 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 bam. Like too many things that are just like opinion heavy and changes the aura of this. But I want to thank you so much for that, and I'll look into it separately on my own just so I can be an informed human global citizen, part of the global majority.
You know what, Wah? This is not about Amsterdam's comment, but how sometimes while you get annoyed when people are too much you guys should know the facts, the biblical facts of everything. If we did change our name to Wine and Wine, who is going to hold someone who hosts a show named Wine and Wine to their ankles over the fire over facts? It's what I'm saying? It's I feel like it's a little more built in, honey, and these are opinions. These are this is just we like to pick, at least for me, and I think the Watt is too. I like to pick topics that will engage a conversation, and I know Wah is very opinionated, and so am I. And so the best part is when those opinions are slightly different, and we can this is our own little The View. So it's even The View does talk about important things. It's we kind of just want to wax poetic about life and just want a entree into that isn't the death of thousands of people.
I think that we should name it. We don't know anything. Most of what we say are jokes. Don't watch us if CNN is your favorite. No. Okay. What is a title? You guys help us out. We're going to obviously start in 2 minutes or 1.5 minute for real. But give us titles of a show that you could think that's quick, 3 words maximum, where it explains that most of the time we're telling jokes and or not serious and we'll never have the facts.
Chris Farah has listen, you know me. We've been here enough. We know which one of us, when she's passionate and engaged, probably has the majority of the facts. And that's almost always about a situation that is not important to the lives of many, but important to just me, Yeah. Wine and Dine with Juan and Chris. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's people get so mad at us whenever we eat and
Well, there was somebody who literally was what is happening with the timing in your life to where you're eating right before or you have to leave to eat? And I said, ma'am, I'm an adult who needs to eat every 4 hours. And I'm sorry that it doesn't line up perfectly. Oh, there's background. Anyways, shut up and listen. Merlot Stained Lips. That's a great name. Also, it's a great title. And we're going to get started in about 20 seconds. So at any point, I'm going to stop and go, hey, guys. Welcome to Siggity, Siggity, Siggity. Wine, Chris. Okay.
Wine and Wine. New show. Wine and Wine.
Spell it. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Say What with Waht and Chris. I'm Waht.
I'm Chris.
And this is episode 121. Let's jump right into it. First of all, let's talk about the elefante in the room. And that is Chris and I both have wine glasses. And also we are thinking of possibly changing the name of this show from Say What with Waht and Chris to Wine and Wine with Waht and Chris, so that everybody understands that nothing that is said in this is gospel, and you should always do your own research and to leave me alone. Okay.
Also, we have to talk about the fact that I guess this technically means we would have to be drinking wine on every episode because it's like half of the title of the episode, which I don't mind about, but we can talk about that. And then that also brings to account that at some point we have to talk about what wine we're having. So, I mean, that's just like, this is like basic human behavior. So tonight I'm drinking Bound by it's Bound. It is in Alexander Valley. Oh, that's why I'm like looking at the wrong thing. Ha 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 ha. Bound Cabernet Sauvignon from Alexander Valley in Sonoma County. I can't even talk. In the year 2018, a beautiful bottle. I got this at Costco, and then right now I pulled up because I like this kind of stuff. My Vivino app, which is how I take a picture just as you see of the bottle, and then it brings up all the information about the bottle. Like, people have rated this 4.0. You know what? I'm going to give it a 3.5. It's a little young and it's a little fruity.
Did you let it breathe for 20 minutes?
No, because I didn't, and I well, now since I've opened it, it has, but I haven't let the whole bottle breathe, which maybe I will. It's just that it's 2018 and it feels, honey, it was like made yesterday, anyway. But what are you drinking, my boo?
This one is called No Curfew, and I went to Total Wines and I picked it up because I got like 50% off of it, so it was $6.99. I'm on a budget now, and so I cannot spend more than $5 on wine, is what I've told. $7, more than $8, more than $7.99 on a bottle of wine. So I got 3 bottles of wine for $22. I was real proud of myself. It wasn't exactly $5, but listen, baby steps. And this one's called No Curfew. It is, I think, 2019. I was told by the gentleman at Total Wines that he likes a 2015 and 2017. However, like in the stores these days, finding a 2017 is hard. Finding a 2015, like in a regular store, no. Like, I'd have to go someplace where like it's a specialty store, and would I be paying $5 for it? Probably not. So this was disgusting yesterday. Today, delicious. Okay. There's also a wine that I had.
What's it called?
This is called No Curfew.
Okay.
But you should try one. It's called like California Roots. And it is a twist off. Thank you, Mickey. It's a twist off. And it was $5 at Target. In fact, I'm bringing it this weekend so you can taste it. I love it. And I didn't think I would.
What kind of wine or what varietal is your
It's a blend.
No red blend?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, 3.6 ratings on this. Usually they can say you can buy it for $35.99 average price. So you got a great deal.
Yeah, I got it for $6.99.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what year you got, I guess, in comparison to this. But people say it's very bold. They say it's dry. That's what people are saying. Bold and dry, honey.
I don't know how to tell. I haven't had a lot of different varieties yet. Like, I feel like the last time I had wine before I could drink properly, I had a Merlot, and that was dry, honey. That lip stain, that was dry.
We're gonna get good at this. We're gonna be. I mean, we're gonna be little sommeliers now. You know that, right?
I would like to be a little Somalian sommelier.
Okay, well, honey, pick your ethnicity.
Listen,
I'll be a Syrian sommelier. You can be a little Somalian sommelier.
Yeah, I'm not Somalian at all, but growing up, because Somalia was having like a famine when I was in junior high, and everyone used to be like, "You're so skinny, like you're Somalian." So like, for whatever reason in my mind, I was like, I love Somalia and I love Somalians and I always want the best for them. So when you said that, I was like, hello, I can be Somalian as well, even though I'm not. All right, so let's talk about a subject that I didn't talk about last week, and that is this fool. So this guy 22-year-old person, which the stories have him sounding like he's damn near a saint, was on Spirit Airlines, which is the airline of all of our spirits. I feel like Spirit and Frontier, or was it Frontier? Like, it's just those like airlines that like vaguely sound like Native American. I'm like, don't name them that. Spirit and Frontier, and like, they're the worst. But anyways, this guy got on a plane and acted a fool. And they ended up duct taping him to the seat after he punched a flight attendant and did whatever. Now, I was told that that's against the law, and they were wrong to do that. But I felt like it is what it is. So Maxwell Berry, 22, he was charged with 3 counts of battery on Frontier Airlines from Philly to Miami. He was already drunk when he got on the plane, and then he decided to order more, and they were like, no. And so, do I have that interaction for you? I do, so that we can watch it. Just kidding, wrong one. I still have that one. That was great. I would have joked. Okay, anyways, moving on.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. You guys fucking suck. My parents are worth more than fucking 2 million goddamn dollars. And you know what? You fucking suck. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? My grandpa is worth more than fucking good. Fucking accursed. Shut the fuck up. Hey! Yo. Chill out. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen. Shut up.
Okay, so here's this. I have never even seen Spirit Airline or Frontier Airlines at an airport. I don't know how you get on them. I don't know where they are. I've never seen them in my life. Okay, one, two. He allegedly, oh shoot, you hear the background? You would hear it. I can hear it loud and clear. Okay. Anyways, so he assaulted one of the flight attendants. I think he grabbed her chest. Again, not facts. But I believe that's what happened. And he also punched, I think, a flight attendant in the face or somewhere like that. And so, he got duct taped taped to the seat, and everybody was clapping and laughing about it. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, so many things. I hate to say this, and this is just the bitchiest, you know me. But yeah, there's like no way if your family's that rich that you're flying Frontier or Spirit. Okay. So that's, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't fly. There's going to be times in which you're just like, I got to get from point A to point B. I don't care. That's the one that's left. And you're going to pay the smallest fare possible. They're going to give you, they're going to charge you for everything, every baggage, every nut, whatever they're going to give you. Like, it's a bargain basement airline. And that's why, and I don't care. First of all, at first I was like, what did he say? It sounds like he's saying, my parents are worth $2 million.
Grandparent. His grandparent is worth $2 million. One of his parents is a lawyer. And I'm like, the reason why he's on Frontier is because they told him to do it himself, pick him up by his bootstraps. And listen, I don't know if that's true. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, like, listen, $2 million, everyone's going to hate me. That's not enough to that's not enough to brag about in today's world.
It's not.
It just doesn't mean anything. It means that maybe your parents, we don't have to worry about your education, and what a beautiful thing. It means that maybe they're comfortable sitting in their home. Maybe they pay for their home in cash, or if they have $2 million, they worried about mortgage payments. It means comfort and peace of mind, but it definitely is not like my parents are $2 million. Like, no, baby boo, like, you can take a seat. Okay. Second thing is, if I was on the plane, the joy and relief and giddiness, delight, sublime beauty and feeling I would get from watching that man being duct taped to his seat after the shit that I had to hear. Like, I think that I would try not to orgasm, but I think the whole time I'd just be like, woo, hi, get him. can I do the last one? Like and then one more thing is Lyn J brought up something which is true, back, which is this is the now older of the duct tape stories. There was a brand new duct tape story. Lyn J at 612 said it. They just did the same thing to a little boy, 12 or so, on a different airline. This is true. On American Airlines, there was a child going from Maui to LA, a 12-year-old child who was flying with his mother, who assaulted and hit his mother and wouldn't listen to anyone. And they had to duct tape him to a seat and then make an emergency stop, turn the flight back in Honolulu. It just happened again. And it's like, so many, oh my God, what is happening in this world? Like, how, in my mind, I'm like a 12-year-old and like your mother's there and you don't know how to take care of your 12-year-old. It's already gotten to a place where he's going to be hitting you on a flight and then making the whole plane go down. Like, I mean, that child, I mean, there has to be now a case for why that child has gotten to that place at such a young age. I mean, like, what is happening? I mean, that mother doesn't have it, like doesn't have it right. Go ahead, Waht.
Well, I could say this, and this is not me saying that you are thinking of this at all, but as my Ladani, right? Ladani at 12, we don't know how Ladani is going to be tomorrow with the autism. So unless the child has some kind, like if he's autistic, like my older sister who has an autistic child says that her and Welena used to fight all the time, and she got worried after Welena got taller than her about like how she was going to fight her, because at a certain point when she was smaller than her, she physically had to restrain her. And so like, and Ladani is strong as a 5-year-old. He will come and pull me and keep pulling until I get up. And like, and we have to, there's no way right now to teach him about that. So I just like, if that's me saying like, if the child has any kind of disability or neurology or like autism or anything like that, I could see them doing that. Right. But that being put aside, if the kid does not have that and the mother just has no control over it, like that's one of my worst fears, is to have my child act up in public and for them to not be either scared or of me or worried. And I don't want them to be scared of me, but I don't know how people, like, how did your dad get you to act in line?
I just knew that, I mean, my dad is, I'm trying to think, like, my dad's a little like leader of the pack in so many ways anyway. So like, if I was to really talk to myself about it being like, I was like a little puppy that like just kind of was around like the head pack. I wasn't going to do anything to mess up that person. Like that person's one that threw me like a bit of food every now and then, like my mentality was not ever like, I'm just like it's a weird thing. Like if you know my story, it's like I'm an only child raised by like a man. So like, I mean, yeah, I didn't, and he was a good dad. So I didn't have like, I'm going to go, run around naked. Fuck you. I just didn't have that. Actually I did run around naked. He was just like, okay,
Like, was there ever a moment where you were like going to yell at your dad in the mall because he wouldn't buy you something?
Yeah. One time I really wanted a puppy. I still do. Hi. And I like pretended to run away. I ran away and just sat on like a hill, like outside of our home on the way to the mall, and then just waited for him to drive by so he could see me. And then like nothing happened for so long. Like walked back home and was like, "Did you see me?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "I want a dog." No. And that was like, and then just fast forward to now. Did I tell you that I try to get milia out of my skin, and that's why I have like this? I'm so sorry. It looks crazy. I keep forgetting. Anyway, my loves, don't pick at your face, and don't think that you can just get every piece of milia by yourself by picking it out, and don't be me. Okay. So God bless.
Yeah, I would think I was more worried about my dad being disappointed in me, and I was worried about getting whipped, getting a beating. I was also worried about, just like having my dad not talk to me. Like it was like really important to my psyche to have him speak to me. And there have been a couple of times where like I thought he was mad, and and I like hid from him. And then when he did catch tail of me, because I didn't grow up in a big house, you know, like he did catch tail of me, he'd be like, Wahima. And I'd be like, yes. And he's like, what are you hiding from me? I'm like, I thought you were mad because I threw the, you know, other people would interject their opinion and I thought it was a bigger situation than what it was. And then my dad's like, oh, I don't even like, okay, that happened yesterday, Wahima. I'm not mad about what happened yesterday. And I was just like, what? There are people who are not still mad about what happened yesterday? And so like I had to learn that like even if I am upset with my dad or he's mad at me, like the next day is an opportunity to just be like, hey, yeah, yesterday was crazy, right? And move on. But anyways, that little boy, like, I don't know. That's one of my fears, that I'm just going to have one of these kids that are just out in the streets doing whatever, and that they're just going to embarrass me to the point where I have to disown them.
I'll tell you this, and this is also horrible for me to say. I'm like, if that's the case with my child, I'll tell you where I'm not going to be taking my child. Maui.
Mm-hmm.
Your house will stay home, 12-year-old, at your friend's house or where the hell. Like, I don't pay for like a horrible babysitter, a real mean one, honey, just to sit with you and watch you like a hawk while your mom enjoys her life, honey. Mahalo with a Mai Tai. Okay?
I don't think that's horrible at all.
You know?
I don't think that's horrible at all. People need to know if they have asshole kids, that this is what they raised, or this is like just the trajectory of their life. And to protect yourself, you're going to have to bow out at some point. Yeah. So anyways, let's move on to the next topic at hand. So this is just a little bit of nonsense for no reason. Lizzo put out an APB for Chris Evans, aka Captain America, and he answered that APB. Like, she like said something about him being hot and wanting to like be with him, and then all of a sudden, you know, he does have a deep pic out in the world, and he started to engage with her, and now she announced that she's pregnant, and he backed her up. And I just thought it was so funny and kind of cute that they're having this like go back and forth, and it's so public, and it's so like, I don't know. I hate to say the word validating because she knows she's bomb and like it doesn't matter, but like just to have that is interesting.
Just so you know, you said APV?
APB?
Okay, I looked up APV. I was like, what is she said it twice. I looked up I didn't know what it was. What is APB?
Oh, it's like when the police or whatever put out like a notice that they were looking for somebody. Oh,
okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I know. It was like I looked up APV, which was adjusted present value, and I was like, no. Okay. Yeah. Look. Oh, guess what? Talking about Lizzo. This is on the docket, but I don't know if you guys know this, honey. New music's dropping on Friday. Do you know that? With
Cardi.
Yeah, with Cardi B and Lizzo, my loves. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Listen, because it is going to drop Friday. It's not going to be like Donda, where it's like the Donda está, you know? Ha ha ha. You know, the Donda está Donda, you know? You're welcome. I'm like really smart. I'm like a polyglot. I can just like joke in like many different languages, you know, just like so smart. All points bulletin. Okay. Asteroid HPV, honey. I think she meant Bolo. Oh, no. Oh yeah. All points bulletin, my loves. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. Awkward. Yeah, I want to know you guys. Awkward public boner. Yeah, honey. Yeah. Oh my God, Lizzo. Honey, she put an awkward public boner about Chris Evans, an APV. She put out that Associated Pussy bat call.
Good one.
Okay, it took me 9 years. Okay. You guys just see like on bated breath. Were you like, did Chris freeze in this like stream right now? And I was just like in frozen time, like.
No.
Bat call. Anyway, God bless.
Okay, so here's something that's a little heavy, but you know, I just thought I would mention it because I'm a liberal, and this is like one of the liberal, you know, people that I like, or you know. So Governor Andrew Cuomo had to step down after they had been yelling for him to step down. I'm not sure why he didn't step down immediately, and it's because I guess he really was like, I didn't do it. So he has some sexual harassment findings, and I listened to a woman talk about him and like passionately speak about how he is he sexually assaulted several women, made an uncomfortable environment. And so now one of the Cuomo twin towers, the other one being the newscaster Cuomo. Chris Cuomo. And like, you know, Chris Cuomo is quite handsome. And so he had to step down. So that's like a negative mark for the Democrats or whatever. And it sucks because these women have been adversely affected by his behavior, but that I don't think negates the stuff that he's done that I was told was good. So I don't know. But yeah, he left kicking and screaming a little bit. And that was the kind of thing where I was like, as soon as it came out, you should have just resigned. Like, Biden shouldn't have had to ask you to resign.
Yeah, you know, I followed this story, and obviously it was impossible not to. And the Democrats have definitely lost key figures in their political scheme, like at different times, like, you know, like if it was newcomer, Katie Hill, or, you know, comedian turned Democrat, Senator Al Franken. There's been times in which people who, quote unquote, were doing good work, doing good liberal progressive work, have unfortunately been, you know, turned into like a public, sexual inappropriateness scandal in some way. And so that have become public in their tenure. So, I mean, at the same time, it's like, this happens across the board, obviously, you know, and I think that it feels like white, old Republican men feels like it happens the most to, right? Like that's what it's like. Yeah. But at the same time, it can happen to anyone and anything. And there's just a lot, because human nature in itself is messy. It can be messy. I'm not like, of course, excusing anyone, but if we're talking about human nature, sexuality, workplace, heightened tensions, you know, it's like these are breeding grounds for desperate behavior that is not going to be appropriate. And so as we come to a place in the world where we're kind of like, F that, like, if you make me feel threatened, if you make me feel like my job is on the line because I'm not going to succumb to some like inappropriate sexual fantasy of yours, like, I'm going to let everyone know, and it's not going to happen anymore. And I think that there's just going to be a lot of things tumbling down, and we have to understand what our values are as a society, which is to protect the oppressed, to protect the people in different power positions, in lower power positions. And like across the board, we're talking about society, we're talking about making sure that, you know, like poor people have access to healthcare. We're talking about, you know, like not having horrible oppressive, you know, discriminatory laws against the minorities. It's like we're talking about the power structure of corporations and those in power being able to assert their influence over people less in power. It's like across the board, an eye-opening shift on how we've been treating each other, because at the end of the day, we are each other, and like no one's better than anyone else. And because you've ascertained some amount of status, or, you know, doesn't mean that you can do whatever the hell you want to do. It doesn't make a difference who you are or how you lean. No one is immune. So is that a lot?
No, it's not a lot. I just have so many thoughts about it because I don't quite it's so ambiguous to me, and it's so ambiguous to me, certain acts. And like, I don't know if all, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not comfortable talking about it because I don't want people to like come for me about it. But yeah, like sometimes I'm just like, I want to know like what the person did to sexually harass you. And like, because I've watched sexual harassment videos and I've been like, oh my God, that is considered sexual harassment. Hey, Susan, got a new sweater? I like that color on you. Is considered sexual harassment, Chris. I don't know if you've had these sexual harassment like things. And so like anything someone says to you that makes you uncomfortable could be considered some form of harassment. And it's like, at what point do we just stop talking to each other? And so Mr. Snow says, I like working from home. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I could, yeah, I mean, you can still be sexually harassed through Zoom. But like, I was like, that is a valuable thing. And I only say that I have no idea about the cases that Cuomo has dealt with. So I'm not talking about that because I don't know what it is like to be a woman in corporate America. I'm in a type of corporation, but like I'm not in that level of it, you know? So I don't know, but I guess as a person, I don't know, I want to learn how to teach my kids. And like you can say is don't say something, but you could say that, but sometimes shit is said innocently. Like as an HR representative, I've had people come to me, tell me that things are like, oh, this person did this thing to me. I ask them and they're like, what? I thought we were flirting. I thought that's what we were. I thought that's what it was. And then the other person, I'm like, okay, well, they thought, well, yeah, they did make comments before and I didn't say anything because Monique telling me that some people just aren't comfortable with saying anything. And I guess, I don't know. I just want to know how to raise my kids. Like I need there to be a definite guideline with how to do it. And I think as we get on with times, like, yeah, definitely guys are different to women now. We're starting to be more understanding of like, don't touch me and being tolerant and like stuff like that. Like you don't own a woman. You don't just go out into the world and start harassing women because you're a man and that's what you should do. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff like that. But some of the nuances, I'm just like, well, like how are we supposed to, because I don't know, I have a lot of interaction with people where I'm kind of flirting unless they're gay. And like, am I sexually harassing them? Maybe I am making them uncomfortable, but how do I know that if I'm not A, aware that I'm kind of flirting, and B, I don't know if they're not receptive to it. I don't know. That's just how I'm thinking it.
I have so many points I understand with you. Like I, again, also haven't been in a super corporate world. Like my work history involves copious amounts of theater, restaurant work, and working in my dad's private office of his firm. So like small firm. And so I don't have a structure of like human resources or like having to see like those kinds of things. I think that a lot has to be said to people's energy behind certain things. I think that like as a woman, I understand the myriad of ways that men have been approached. Men approach me, and some feel really respectful and lovely, and I can be like, "Thank you so much, no thanks," or whatever. And then sometimes men are gross.com and they leer with eyes and in such a way that makes you feel like they really think that if you like alone in this room, they would just pounce on you like a bear, where you're just like, I can also experience you. And what I'm looking at is a man staring at me. Why don't you know what you look like? And why don't you understand that I can see you? It's weird. So I think that, it's hard because I long for a time. I like don't understand how it's so hard to respect women. I think it's so interesting. Why is it so hard to respect women? We were all born from one. And at the same time, it's like you respect us because we do so much we are the mothers, we birth the babies, most of the time, and we are the nurturers. We do. So how could you like treat us like we are sexual? Like, how could you not look at us like divine beings of God more than you walking around to catcall us, to make us feel intimidated in like dark alleys or whatever? How do you not look at us like we are to be protected and cherished as your life givers, as well as like your complementers in life, like even if you're a gay guy, like not that gay men usually are the ones that are aggressive toward women. I just don't understand in what concept, in what world does a man not respect and cherish and value women? And I haven't understand it across the board from history towards now. Like no matter what men's views are towards females or what they call like feminist or feminism views, it just feels like, why is it so hard to value and cherish us? Why don't you look at us like who we are, which are the divine Mother Earth life givers that turn your jizz into a god? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think that highly of all women. Like I don't think I guess I don't think that highly of women. Like
I feel so bad that you say that.
I don't have this like there are a lot of shitty ass women who do a lot of shitty ass things, and like just because you are able to produce a child does not put you on a Madonna or like a Venus pedestal. So for me, like I see what you're saying. However, I don't necessarily know that all, because I like to see people as equal, and I think it's up to a detriment a little bit. Like I'm
Can I
like,
say something? I want to just clarify something that you said, and I don't want that labeled on me. I don't want what I'm saying to be only because the people I'm talking about are the people that can give birth, because I'm talking about the divine human female spirit. So what I'm talking about, respecting of this kind of presence can absolutely encompass a trans person as well. It's about the respect for the divine feminine spirit. I know, but while you weren't thinking about that, but you said it in such a way, I want to make sure people know that I'm not saying that like if you are trans and call yourself a woman and therefore can't technically naturally give birth, that you aren't a part of what I'm saying. You absolutely are. I'm really speaking of the divine feminine spirit and why there is a tendency for masculine men or men to not protect that. That's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry, go on.
yeah, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking. Great.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, that's how I always am like uncomfortable with like stuff like that, because I'm somebody who will tell someone to leave me alone. I don't know. I can't even fathom the mindset in which someone is doing something to you and you shrink. Like I can't put myself in that situation. So I just have to take everybody's word that is what happens. But I honestly feel like, hey, Susan, new sweater, like that color on you, looks really great. If somebody were to come to me and say, I didn't like the way Scott told me I had a new sweater on, like, get out of my face. Like and that is considered harassment. It's to me, it's a lot. And I respect men the same way I respect women. It's all the same to me. We're all people. And I'm trying to get to a place where I'm like, okay, gender roles, like gender out. Let's just have that spectrum. And let me not try to label people. I'm in the process of trying to say they, them, whatever. Instead of, or hi guys, I like to say, hey, people, like, or something, to try to be better about it. But yeah, look at this. Baby Nico's mama says, I don't want to be treated equally to men. I want to be treated better.
I love you. Yeah. You know what, the sweater thing, look, there's a big difference from like, oh, Susan, is that a new sweater? It looks great on you. To every week being like, Susan, is that a new sweater? I like it. Susan, you like that skirt? You can really see things. Like, there's just ways of saying things. And if you're always complimenting females' outfits, it's just a projection of always commenting the female physical form, which across the board, as a man, you should know, as you are raised. You're talking about how to raise your children. It's about raising men to not just view women's values based only on what they look like and what they're wearing or what they're doing, right? So like, there's just it's about seeing people as a whole people and what they bring and what their gifts are, and understanding them. So there's just so many ways of saying it, and doing it right. And yeah,
I agree. I agree. I still need a rule book though, because I agree though. All right, so let's move on. This person. This person came out with a new line for Ivy Park, as well as they're on the cover of Harper's Bazaar. It's very, very Texas. Lone Star, Kathleen, how do you feel about it? Tell us your thoughts. She looks great. I mean, she's looking more like J-Lo every day. Does she not look like J-Lo, or does J-Lo not look like? I don't know. Anyways, so we were talking about the blonde hair last week, and so like, yeah, you're right. I think it looks great on her. And yep, this is another photo. I want to buy Ivy Park, but A, it sells out too quickly. I'm not going to be on there hunting. And then B, like, where am I supposed to wear this at? I know people do. Like, I feel like I would wear this if I were on a reality TV show. Like, that's where you wear it.
Well,
right?
the interesting is if you bought that exact outfit, you could bring that to Temecula and I have a cowboy bar to wear it. We could go. Do you want to go to Cowboy Bar?
Okay.
Okay, we can make that happen. Also, can I just quickly go back, or I just want to, someone said, I think it was just responding to a comment about baby Nico's mommy. I feel like we're just slightly back to the last topic, which is just, I think that comedian you're talking about is Patrice O'Neal. It's one of my favorite bits of all time. I heard a comedian say that it's not, there's, look, you guys, what we're talking about, which is like complimenting women in a workplace, even after all what I said, Patrice O'Neal has one of the funniest bits about that of all time. It's just funny. Does Beyonce live in Texas? I know she's from there. Does Beyonce lives? No, she doesn't live there, honey. But she definitely. I mean, I'm sure she owns property there. You know, because like, but you know, I think that she definitely like enjoys life in New York and LA.
Yeah, I mean, everything is like very much Texas, and Texas, that's very specific to the cowboy hat. Because I know there are Texans who are Texans and they Texas, but they don't necessarily have a hat and a cow and boots. So like, I'm always just so interested in this, you know, like, I mean, could she sell this to the, what's that girl? What in the Carrie Underwood's is, and the what American Idol runner-up or #1 American Idol season 1?
Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson.
Also Miranda Lambert. Like, that's who this is for. I don't know. Is it for me? No.
I don't know if it's for them, my love. I definitely think it's for Beyonce fans.
I like these pants, but where is I'm wearing them?
Right.
I
Beyonce
mean, again,
fans.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I think it's cute. I just am like, it's not very wearable for me. Dixie Chicks, all of them. They go by the Chicks now. Did you know that? They're no longer the Dixie Chicks. After what happened to them when Bush was in office and they were in London minding their own business, bringing country music to the Brits, and they made that comment about, you know, something, and their base turned against them. Let me tell you, I watched the whole documentary, bought the albums, and I was like, these bitches are like, oh, you want to take away our livelihood over this man? When we have been entertaining you guys for the last 20 years, and all of a sudden I'm getting death threats? She's like, we ain't no Dixies. We just the Chicks. Love them. Anywho, so I especially love their version of Landslide. It was the first version I ever heard, and like just the melodies and the music, the like arrangement and their voices is just like lovely.
Oh, Ciara being like, from Atlanta, you will find someone here, honey. Okay, I'm coming. I've actually been there 3 times. I like Atlanta.
I don't think I'd find anybody in Atlanta.
There's a great chicken place though, Pont City Market. We can go and get some great fried chicken.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say hummus. Sorry. What? I thought. So I don't have a picture of this, but just so you guys know, let's go back to the conversation that we were having. I think either last week or the week prior. The Rock, Jason Momoa, and Chris Evans wants everyone to know that they bathe.
I take all 3 of those. Those are, I mean, I take the idea of jumping into bed with those clean 3 is like always in my fantasy. Like, you guys, I mean, just so you know, that's so hot. And Jason Momoa is like my top. Like, he does, unfortunately, something to me. I like him so much. And so when he came out and just kept saying how much he bathed, and The Rock too. Yeah, like, I don't need stinky, like, any of those people that said they were stinky, like, I never liked them anyway. I always could tell. I was like a sniffing.
I know, Jake Gyllenhaal, I was so sad. Jake Gyllenhaal came out and says that he only washes when he starts to smell. And I said, no. Oh, no.
No thanks.
Okay, well, anywho.
Yeah.
So
all of this. Oh, sorry. They all like those guys. I know. Jason Momoa and The Rock. Could you imagine? Let's just talk about it.
First let's talk about The Rock, Aquaman, and Captain America. Go.
Well, like, where would you, who, like, if you had all 3, who would you start in the sandwich of?
I don't know if we can have this conversation. It might be inappropriate if they were to watch this, where they feel harassed, and will it be like disgusting women talking about men's bodies?
JW maybe thinks so.
So we can't go down that route, Chris, because we're trying to be better humans. But we shouldn't rate them based on their looks, because that's not all men boil down to. Chris Evans, Jason Momoa, and The Rock. Not in any particular order.
Is that your order?
We're not allowed to. We're not allowed to talk about them like that, because we're feminists. We're forward-thinking women, and we want to make the internet streets and the workplace safe for everyone. The Rock will always be fine. Do I smell what he is cooking? Yes. Do I want Aquaman to jump out of a plane with a Triton going, yee! Yes. Towards me? Yes. Woo!
Oh, JW, no! I'm saying that not bathing is disgusting. I am totally here for that sandwich combo. Honey, a sandwich combo.
We can't talk about them, Chris. We can't talk about them like that. Okay.
Oh, no, I won't. But look at this super chat coming in, saving me from my horniness. Oh, hello, ladies.
Oh, my God, Martine. Thank you so much for the super chat, Martine, our Haitian princesa. Thank you. I don't know how to say princess in French.
Principessa.
How do you say it in French?
Oh.
Okay, well, there we go. PC comment, they are 3 very upstanding gentlemen. Yes.
Wait, you missed the part where Martine said missed your live, but we'll definitely catch the replay. And then but she didn't miss this part, honey. I would love to have all 3 of them.
We can't talk about it. We have to be.
She wants to have them over Waht for a dinner party, is what she's saying.
But 2 of them are married. So
still invite their wives, Waht.
Great. So anyways, let's move on to our last and final. No, let's look at this one. Here, we're going to talk a lot about this. Okay.
Wait, space-time continuum. You're right. Okay.
So we're going to talk about this man, because this man went on to the Breakfast Club this week, and he told, Angela Yee, Charlemagne, and DJ Envy that he feels like monogamy is a Eurocentric standard or something of living, right? Basically, he's saying, what are you looking so close?
Why did he keep the C sticker on his glasses?
Oh, I did see that, and I was like, I'm not going to judge this man. I don't know about his life. Maybe we
aren't going to judge this man.
Maybe he took this picture before he was as rich as he is. Nick Cannon is very rich, you guys. Very rich. He's like low-key, not as rich as Ryan Seacrest, but he's doing what Ryan Seacrest did, which is like hosting a bunch of shows, owning 2 of them. Plus he has like movies and all kinds of stuff. So this man has 7 kids, and 4 of them were born in the year 2020 or 2021, right? They were all born very close together. So people are saying like, oh, he's out there giving out the D, and he's like out there, just like messing with these women. But here's the truth. I watch Kev on Stage and That Chick Angel and their show, Here's the Thing. And in Here's the Thing, That Chick Angel knows one of the baby's mama. That's one of her friends. And so without giving out too much detail, she ended up telling us that basically homegirl knows, and they're all aware. They've all signed in on this. He treats them all very well as the mother of his children, as partners, where, they did this, they had these kids. And I don't necessarily know if monogamy is a Eurocentric standard, because I know monogamy exists outside of Europe, even pre-Europe. But I will say that a lot of native cultures and a lot of older cultures have, is it melandry and polygamy. So polygamy is where the man has several wives, and melandry, or I can't think of the other thing, I gotta look it up, is where a woman gets to choose. And a woman can have many different fathers, baby fathers, because they're looking for the most viable, the strongest, the whatever. And so I think that even if we see it in nature with like men peacocking to get women's attention, like peacocks specifically do that. They like, the pretty peacocks are all male. And that's so that they can get the female's attention. It happens a lot in the bird world. Most of the time when you see a very beautiful bird, it's not female, it's male, because they want to attract the females. So, so they could be the ones whose seed moves forward in the world. So I always say that I think I could be a sister wife, but I don't know if I could be I always say I think I could be a sister wife if I didn't have to live with them. But the truth is that I could be one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas. Like that is what I would like. Someone who's, when they're with me, they're paying attention to me, they give me children, they take care of us. I could work, I don't have to work, but he's benevolent and has the money to do so. And as long as he's able to take care of his kids financially and emotionally, and and he has the money where he could just like private plane them to wherever he is, if like they're hanging out, he has them every other weekend or every other month or whatever. Like, I'm sure he's picking women, I don't know where they are in the world, but like he has easy access to them. I support it, and I think that it's amazing. Anyways, go ahead.
By the way, there's so many names in this chat that I haven't seen before that I'm like so pumped for it. Like Noma Frika.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Look at you. Look at you. Jesus Christ, you're gorgeous. Like hot. Honey, you're hot, honey. Anyway, but not even that, like I've never seen Milo, I've never seen Stoopies. And who's JoJo Baby?
I've never seen Dee Hardaway.
Hi guys, it makes me so happy. I'm sorry, I get really excited when I see new names. Listen, Lyn J had brought up that maybe one of the women had found out about one of the other women online being pregnant. So I hope, just because one girlfriend of one of the baby mamas went on a radio show and said all this stuff, doesn't not necessarily mean that's how actually all the baby mamas feel. You know what I'm saying?
On the radio show?
Or wherever you heard this conversation.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got confused.
You are hearing secondhand conversation. You're hearing a friend of a baby mama be on a show, right? Listen, I hope what she's saying is true, but she can't talk for all baby mamas. We're not quite sure. Like this isn't how I think that, listen, I think that maybe if this isn't for everyone, that's fine, but this is for these women. And if they are well informed, and if he's giving money and doing that, great. I don't care what rich people do, honestly. What annoys me are his stupid justifications. Just shut up, Nick. Nick just is like, he keeps coming up with different ones, because before this last interview was a lot of like, well, I'm doing it before I die. I just want to keep spreading my seed. Like that was one whole part. And then, why? Do you remember that part or no?
No, I don't know that part, but I guess so obviously you don't agree with him. And then so you're going to tell us why.
What I'm saying is, it's not that I don't agree with him, but I will tell everyone there has been almost too many justifications of it. Because the first part of the justifications were, I'm doing this because I want to spread my seed. Then we got this, I'm doing this to live some sort of whatever protest or boycott of the Eurocentric monogamy. Then we also got, it's really actually not me, it's these women that they have made the choice to have me come into their bodies.
Did they not? You let somebody raw dog and then explode in you?
Well, here's the thing. It's both. He also made a choice. I don't understand what this, it makes him, the way he said that part was as if he was a little bee. Can't, fallen from tulip to tulip, and each tulip would invite him in at their own choice, envelop them in their whatever, nectar, and the bee would just fall asleep in the nectar, having been caught by the tulip, until the bee just drunk from that tulip nectar just flies out and he gets caught by another one. And he just, that's almost like the analogy, So I'm going to say this. I think that he can do whatever he wants to do. He's a grown-ass man and his own money. I'm not sitting here in judgment of whether this man should do this or not. These are all grown-ass adults. They can do whatever they want. I personally wouldn't do it, but if you found yourself in such a situation, you were happy, I'd be interested to watch. It's different. It's new. I just don't know if what he's saying is some sort of Bible cult figure where we're like, wow, what a wise man to have gotten to such an evolved place. I think that he wants to do whatever he wants to do, and there's been many different iterations of him justifying it. Why?
those justifications can all be true. They can all be true. They can all be the same. Like, it just, like, I don't get, I guess is this whole idea of like justifying whatever. I don't understand why people are, as long as he can take care of his kids, one, and he can. So who cares? Two, like, why is it that as a society, we're so interested in like poking holes in his thought patterns? And also, like, I guess I don't know, maybe I'm being too hard on women. Maybe I'm being too hard on the women, but I'm like, you are not married to someone and you let them bust in you raw. You have to accept the consequences. And that onus is on you. I'm going to say it. The onus is on you. We can all say it takes two to tango. It does. But only one person has to carry and develop a lot of the brunt of it. I saw this TikTok thing where a woman was saying that it really bothers her and it doesn't make sense to her that the parent who's never around always gets points for trying, but the parent who is there is just supposed to do. And I think to myself, that sucks. And you're right. However, like, unless you were in a relationship with that person, monogamous, unless there were words exchanged in which them, stating that they wanted to have their kids, or like, I don't understand how these conversations aren't being had. And if you are now confused that this person has moved on, like, that's on you as the person who's going to bear the brunt of this, and for not making the right choice for you.
I guess I don't quite understand what you're saying. Like, are you saying the men shouldn't pay child support?
No, I think they should. But if you find someone who is avoiding paying child support and just like became a barber so they didn't have to put anything on the books, or like does whatever, then like these are your choices that you made. Like, it can be shitty. The outcome can be shitty. But like, I guess I just am like, my mentality with things is like, we all have choices and we all make choices. And like, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah.
I don't think we disagree on every point. I just think that we have like minute, specific, just like little veers off into theory is how I would describe overall our feelings on this,
Okay. Adriana says, the women are there for the bag. I'd like to be a rich baby mama, but I don't want children to suffer. I don't want my children to suffer.
Well, honey, if they're rich, they aren't suffering. Just kidding. Wine and wine.
JW says, yeah, Wah, but just tell the truth. He liked screwing several people at one time and stuff happens. Don't try to give a fake woke response. Oh, is that what you're saying, Chris? Okay, then I can definitely understand that. But also, like, everyone's asking him a bunch of questions about it. And I guess, yeah, I could see him giving a stupid response. You're just like, dude, girl, just say what it is. Like, say that you wanted to be out here and that you never made a commitment to any person. And this woman just let you bust raw on her.
It really does give a nod back to, this was a little news story, back to Beyonce. Like Nicki Minaj's like, like ex, and that's all we have to know about Safari, whatever, that person who's like on Love and Hip Hop is dating some other person. Or, okay, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know everyone's names. I've never watched Love in Hip Hop, Love and Hip Hop, Love in the Hip Hop. Love on top of hip hop. Anyway, the whole point of the story is like that person's like whatever girlfriend left him, and then he has like all the dramas everywhere. And this person's Safari or whatever, Safari, whatever. I can't even like. I don't know this person, or I know he's a rapper, but I care about Nicki Minaj. Period. The end. This person like tweeted like, I understand why Beyonce, like never talks about anything. Cut to, Beyonce has a brand new article, I think it's in Harper's Bazaar, and she's basically saying, talking about her privacy, the fact that she has maintained somewhat of a private life in the face of other big stars, and she talks about the fact that she sort of tried to model her privacy or her PR capabilities like on someone like Sade or Prince, someone that you really didn't know that much about what's happening, and no one had to remark on it. And as we get far and further and further into this social media life, into this Twitter comment sphere, and the fact that me and you are sitting here on a live stream commenting on people, I mean, half of me just tells you that maybe I would live a life the minute I get famous, or if I got famous, that I would just be like, oh, I'm never gonna talk to anyone again. If you know me, you know me, you know what I'm doing. If you don't know me, you're never gonna know. You know, like, because he was, what I'm saying is, if he hadn't said anything at all, then whatever it was. But like, he said so many things. I was just kind of like, well, fine. We all can comment on it. No, the truth of the matter is, again, I stand by this. I don't care. This grown ass man can live his life. I'm not paying for his kids. He's paying for his kids. I'm happy about it. You know,
Yeah.
case closed.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with you. I just don't know, like, like, people make announcements when they have babies, and when you go out and you do these press junkets, like, they're gonna ask you questions. So like, what do you say? You have to have like a stock answer for everybody. And yeah, what's so interesting is like, does Beyonce feel like the cat is already out of the bag with Blue Ivy? So like, it's fine? Because part of me kind of, the fact that I personally, I don't search for Beyonce on anything, but like, the fact that I've never seen her other two kids, in fact, I forget that they are even in existence, but I still see things about Blue Ivy. I think to myself, why didn't she pull Blue Ivy back as well? Because Blue is about to go through an awkward phase, and we're still seeing her. And I'm like, I would prefer to not see Blue for the next 10 years.
Guess what? She has those kids that you're wanting to see.
I don't want
to see. Cowboy campaign.
Oh, she does?
Yep.
Oh.
She's holding Sir. Isn't Sir the boy?
I don't know. I don't know their name.
She's there. She's holding. I'm trying to look for it right now. Like, it's literally probably the top image right now of Beyonce, and that's him.
Oh, I've never seen that person in my life.
Am I right?
I don't know.
I'm right?
So anyways, that's all I was wondering about, just real quick. All right. I think that is it, you guys. We're hitting, there's this one thing. Let's talk about her. I don't know who she is. It's the first time I've ever met her, but apparently this 68-year-old Mexican actress is with child. And this is her 29-year-old, 39-year-old boyfriend. Don't know his name, but when I saw this picture of her, I said, isn't this that woman? They call her like Catwoman or something. But no, this is Lyn May, who I was like, ooh, she's giving me like very Asian tease right now. So I had to see what she looked like when she was young. So this is May when she was young. Same eyebrows. Okay. She was like a pinup girl. She was like a sexy hottie mama. Okay. Look at this. And here's her here. You know, she was like a bombshell it girl. I want to say that she's like the Coco. She's a Coco, like sexual booty model. Like, we've seen her butt, we've seen her tatas. You know what I'm saying? Like burlesque. She's giving like a Betty. Look at that foot.
Yeah. This is okay. I want to talk about something. If anyone is ever on my channel when I'm talking about 90 Day Fiance, and I mercilessly make fun of Libby's sisters on OnlyFans, when I am telling you how much I hate their sickle feet and every one of their squatted poses for their OnlyFans on the dirty carpets in the corners, if you know what I'm talking about, and this is only the hardcore like Chris Farah people, these are perfect feet for OnlyFans. These are OnlyFan feet.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ross. So happy to bring that up. Thank you.
So anyways, this is Lyn May. And I'm like, is she native? Because she's giving us native teeth. Is she Asian? Like, you know, this is her when she was younger, right? And I was just like, what happened? So she had already had those cheekbones, you know?
No, those are fake. Right there, that's fake. She's already had implants.
Really?
Yes.
Chris, in the 70s?
Mommy, yes. You can see my love. Look back to the other one. Go back to the next one you said.
This one?
Yeah, that's less.
It's just a different angle.
Go back to the other one where, okay. Now go back. Yeah, that one you can see the thickness right here. This, from this corner of the eye to there. Now go to the other one. Oh, yeah. She'd already put stuff in.
Oh.
That is a lot of cheek. Yeah. She already had.
It could be natural. I've got a lot of cheek.
The way that lays and the well, take your glasses off and turn your chin the other way. The other way? Okay. Nope, the other way you were. Now, look at where this is how I look at it. Okay, I'm trying to get it right. From here to there, that's a normal amount of loss. From looking from the bottom of the eye, my love, to there. Look at Waz, look at mine, look at hers. There is no way that that's natural. In fact, I'm looking at it and each cheek doesn't even match. They don't match, my loves. So it seems like she was probably doing things at a very early age. But in this sense, she almost looks a little like Cher. It almost looks like she was trying to be like a Hispanic Cher at this point. You know?
First of all, Jesse, don't holler at me in the comment section.
I love you, Jesse.
My full name? Ha!
Because she knows.
She said that is not natural, Wahima. Okay.
I know. That's what I felt like. Oh,
Jesus.
JoJo baby. Sorry, Friday.
These procedures definitely did exist. Okay, everybody. It just feels like it was real unsafe. And like, why would you do that? But anyways, here's what she looks like now. It's just like she's trying to just keep that look. And I didn't know what. Chris, can you tell me what happens with women after they have too much surgery, why their face puffs up?
Okay. Well, this is also someone who is addicted to surgery and just won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. And, you know, at the same time, it's like what happens is women who do too much filler and then that stays there or moves and they don't dissolve it. And then they try, if you do too much of that filler, then you try and do any sort of facelift, you have scar tissue there. It's actually harder to do. The facelift doesn't even like lay as well. You know, this is also what happens for someone who, you know, was getting a lot of plastic surgery over the years and just, it's the Jocelyn, you know, so the cat lady's name is Jocelyn Wilderstein, something like that. Jocelyn Wasserstein, something like that. Now I want to go back. Just that picture of her and her boo. Isn't he giving you, put it back, I love you so much if you can. Isn't he giving you like, it's basically J-Lo's dress in a shirt. Like he felt like he was like, I'm going to give him J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're having a baby, and she said she likes. I looked at her Instagram. She's all about it. And when I translated it, she's like, I don't care what anyone says. I like fresh meat.
My assumption was that she did like IVF or something.
Oh yeah, she did what Michael wants Angela to do.
Oh, she's doing a surrogate. Or she's toting somebody else's egg. She's toting somebody else's egg.
I actually don't know what. Yeah, she's got to be whatever. Listen, Michael does not care how he has a child. Michael has never asked for Angela's DNA at all. Michael just wants to have a child while still being married to Angela. If Angela was like, Michael, just literally just like knock up some woman like Nick Cannon or whatever and just will fine, then Michael would only be too happy, is what his parents already said. It's Angela, the one that wants to have her DNA somehow involved, even though she's old as fuck and she has like 2 daughters. One daughter doesn't want to give her the DNA, the other daughter is a child molester. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's all of that.
All right. Well, I mean, I wish her all the best of luck. And this is like the first I've ever heard of her. I'm not to say that she's not a legend, but like this first I've ever heard of her. And I feel like now a lot of people in America will know who she is due to this. And I wish her all love the best. All of the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say what you're into?
Mm-hmm. You guys. So I came home and I had a package at my door, and my dad, I'm living with my dad right now, you know, because I have an apartment in West Hollywood, but I don't want to live there anymore, but I have rent control. I don't do with my life. And that's a lot of information. And I realized that I overshare information because due to the trauma that I had in my life. It's a trauma response. Anyway, so I get this package. I'm so excited about it. My dad's like, where'd you get that package? Because he thinks I just keep buying things. And I'm like, I didn't buy anything. I swear. So then I open the package and it's this gorgeous green turquoise kimono. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm wearing like, that was a horrible way of like to show you. It's like long. It is silky. It is so beautiful. There's matching shoes. I'm like, oh my God, a secret admirer got me this. And whoever did knows me perfectly. The color is exquisite. I'm so pumped. I like post about it. I call Wall about it. I call Wall while I'm wearing it. I FaceTime her. There's a pickup. So I just take a picture of myself in it. The declined, this is what I always do. Like sometimes when people like don't pick up their FaceTime, you know, and it's just like person doesn't pick up, I take a quick snapshot so they see what they're missing, which is usually my face. And so when I sent it to her, she said, "I'm glad you like it." And I was like, oh, it's her!
Oh, you didn't guess it was me? I thought you were calling me because you were like, "Thank you for it." Oh man, I wish I hadn't said anything.
No, I did not. No, I just was wearing it. Was like, why don't you pick up so I can gloat about the fact that I had a secret admirer that gave me a present. It is you.
And here's the reason why. It was because I was on Amazon and it popped up, and I said, "Oh, I love it! I love it." I said, "This is Chris would love this. I'll send one to Chris."
I want like 3. I want 2 more. I want one in pink. I want one like in this green. They're gorgeous. I'm obsessed.
And I also bought his slippers.
Yeah, they're matching fluffy, curly slippers.
Now I've been wearing these, and they're not the most like, they don't stay on awesomely. And I feel like I should have gotten a size bigger because I feel like my heel.
Oh yeah, no, your heel is definitely out of that. Yeah. What size you get?
10.
Oh, it's Asian 10. It's Asian 10.
So I should have gotten bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely was made in China. But yeah, I mean, it's not so bad. Look, I'm on there. But when you're walking around, it just like...
Who are you, me?
That took a lot of energy out of me. Anyway, there's that.
I put the link in my Amazon store because I'm obsessed with it. So I have an Amazon store, by the way, which I always put up like whatever I'm obsessed with. So I do have an Amazon store link, and I already put it up there. It's in my girl lounge area. I'm obsessed. I love it. I want to buy it in pink in the. I'm gonna buy it in pink and the olive green too. I like.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do it right now and put it in the body of this. Add it to my eyes. So you guys can click the link.
Okay. But if you go to my Amazon store, I'll get money.
Or if you go to my Amazon store, I'll get money.
Do you have an Amazon store?
Yeah. That's how I link all my wigs.
Oh. Yeah. Well, then go to Wah's Amazon store. I didn't know she had it. Look at Jessie Lee doing the Lord's work right now.
I don't know what she's doing. I'm on Amazon.
You could follow Waht at TikTok, and she's giving all of our TikToks, all of our Instagrams. Check out, like, I mean, she literally is like, I mean, should we just send her one of these ropes? I mean, you know, because she's doing it. Thank you guys so much. We always forget to say.
Great. Moderators, email me your address. Moderators, email me your address. Email me your address if you are a moderator. Email me your address. That's all
also, thank you so much for liking this video, you guys, while you're here, because Waht and I forget to ever ask. We never ask. We forget to ask. And then we have moderators that are nice to be like, you guys, can you give us the thumbs up? And we're like, ha, ha, ha. But meanwhile, yes, if you haven't yet, thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Wine and wine. Thumbs it up. 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 Oh my God, look at the super chat.
Hold on, I'm still trying to make this thing. Thank you for the super chat.
That's so nice. What did she say? Because your friendship is so sweet. And I love when Chris says, God bless. Honey, God bless you. God bless. God bless. Honey, God bless. God bless us all.
America.
Land that I love.
I don't even know the words to that.
Stand beside her and guide her. I don't know about the rest.
Yeah, I don't know it. You know what song I do like is Purple Mountain's Magistry. I think that is such a beautiful like image.
Majesty?
There's not a purple mountain in this country, but like it is Magistry.
Majesty?
Oh, it's Majesty?
Uh-huh.
What's
Majesty? Is not a word.
Oh. Okay. Learn something new day. Anything that I'm into? I don't have anything that I'm into, guys, honestly, just to be frank and honest with you. I'm into my robes. I'm into the fact that we're going to hang out this weekend and we're going to do some fun stuff in Temecula. But yeah, majesty. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat, Soraya. Thank you for hanging out with us an extra 15 minutes on today. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Oh, we won't see you next Wednesday. That's the announcement I have to make. That's what I have to talk to you, Chris, about. I'm traveling for work. So I will not, I'm actually leaving on Wednesday. And so we need to come up with an alternate time again. I'm sorry to do this for you guys. Or we can just cancel if that is going to upset you.
Or we can do a pre-recorded one, or, you know, because like now that we have a pro.
We can do a pre-recorded one.
We've never done it before, but we could.
We could definitely try. We could try it on Tuesday, Chris. We can hammer those details out.
Yeah, Tuesday, I think I just have to see the Hollywood, one of the Hollywood Fringe Diversity Scholarship shows, and I'm going to virtually do it. So we'll talk about that though. We'll talk about that. I love you guys so much. So someone else had asked me this, and I think forgot who it was, but one of the new people, and I'm so thankful for this, which was Chris, when's your following? And I'm so glad you asked. So I feel committed and feel really great that I'm going to have, the Friday following at 1:30, I'm going to be with Waht in Temecula. I have to figure out exactly if I should just go from Temecula and do the 1:30, or and just hope and pray that I have that I have a good connection. What, Waht?
I have an Ethernet cord here, so I can bring that with me. Remind me. I'll try to remember. I can bring that with me, and that way you can hook directly up to your modem. Oh my God, thank you, Jesse, for the super chat.
Sorry, I yelled. I'm so happy you did, Jesse. You were right.
But anyways, I can bring that to you. So go ahead.
So because of that, I'm going to say 1:30 right now. I lied because I have to. I feel pressed to do so. And then I will amend that if it has to be amended by some way. But it's been 1:30 in the past, and it's served well. So I'll do the following Friday, which is all the stories, shows, products, that I've personally been obsessively following. And it's a shorter show than whatever this show, Wine and Wine or Say What is. So that's Friday, 1:30, and then I'll come back and do 90 Day. Someone told me 90 Day is going to be a clip show on Sunday. So here's the thing. I will update all of the actual information in my private Facebook group, Vanity Fair, which you can, of course, go to Facebook and join. That's Vanity Fair. I also try and use the community button on my YouTube channel, which is just this YouTube website you're already on, and look for my name, Chris Fair, or I don't know, you can click on something probably. Maybe I should talk on the thing. Another JoJo baby, Chris, that P and thumbs it up. It always stuck. I know. Thumbs it up. It's a hard plosive. That's what that JoJo baby, that's what that plosive does, my boo. Of course, so that's also how you could do it. But thank you so much, JoJo. That's so sweet. And also what a beautiful picture you have. I love those rainbow roses. And then Instagram and Twitter is at Chris L. Farah. That's how that works. I've done all my things.
For those of you guys who gave us other options for a name of our show, please write it in here real quick so that I can write it down. So if some of you gave me alternate titles to the new name, Wine and Wine. I had In Vogue or In Vague. In Vague was one.
That's hilarious.
In Vague jokes or something, I don't know. But please, you guys, go ahead and write them down real quick, comment them, or if you don't remember, put them in the comment section, email me at justcallmewahgmail.com. Yes, do it. Check out, do it. Give me the names. No one's doing it. Okay, well, we're going to go. In Vague. Thank you, Space Time Continuum. Chris Retcher's in there. Wine, the way you want to spell it.
You know what I realized, my love, is this, in this moment, this is good to know. As a guest in your stream chat, in your StreamYard, I can only write a message to you in private chat. And when I go to comments, there's nothing for me to write. I can't do it. Yeah, I just found that out. Tried really hard for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wine and dine. I want the title to be something where you can take it, you literally take everything we say with a grain of salt. Oh, can we do with a grain of salt? That's too long. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. A Tribe Called Shade. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we will see you guys later this week. Chris is going to go live, and then I have to talk about, Love After Lockup on Saturday. So we'll figure it out. We'll be in Temecula, but we will figure it out. Okay. Bye, guys. Remember to be you. Have a fantastic week. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.
And take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Okay, my loves. Thank you. Bye.